Americans are missing out on $24 billion in free retirement savings every single year. Your piece of that could be as high as $250 grand if you don't know exactly how a 401k works and how to take advantage of it. In this video, I'll show you how a 401k plan works, the average balance by age, and how to get the most out of your plan. I'll also reveal why I hate these plans, but why you should invest anyway. We're talking 401k investments today on Let's Talk Money. Beat debt, make money, make your money work, creating the financial future you deserve. Let's Talk Money. Joseph Hogue with the Let's Talk Money channel here on YouTube. I want to send a special shout out to everyone in the community. Thank you for taking a part of your day to be here. If you're not part of that community yet, just click that little red subscribe button. It's free and you'll never miss an episode. We have got a retirement crisis in America. Nearly half of all retirees depend on Social Security, about $1,000 a month. Worse though is that investors are passing up free money and the best return that you'll ever make. A new study found that 1 in 4 Americans aren't maxing out their company's 401k match, missing out on an average of $1,336 a year. That's free money, and at the market rate of return, it's costing you over $250,000 over 35 years. More than $24 billion of this free money is missed every single year, with younger people missing out on much more. 1 in 3 workers between 25 and 30 are missing out on this free cash. I get it though. When you're barely making enough as it is, you're not thinking about maxing out your 401k plan, and there's a lot of confusion about what these plans actually do. We are changing that with this video though. I'll show you how a 401k works and why it's by far the best investment you'll ever make. I'll show you the average 401k balance by age and how much to put into your plan. I'll also reveal why I secretly hate 401k plans, but why you should invest anyway. Now, as an informal survey of the community though, I want to get your input here. Do you have a 401k plan at work, and what's your company match on that? Does your 401k match dollar for dollar or 50%? So scroll down and tell us in the comments and we'll show the results in a future video. Now, a 401k plan is just a special retirement investment account set up by your employer with a plan administrator, usually an investment company. The plan includes a list of stocks and bond funds in which you can invest. You set up how much you want to invest regularly, and that money comes out of your check before taxes are taken out. Besides that pre-tax benefit though, most companies are going to match a portion of your investment. So a typical company match is your employer is going to be willing to put up another half of what you put in, up to 6% of your total salary. So these are 2 huge benefits of a 401k plan, that tax benefit and the company match. So breaking this down though, your 401k plan is a special benefit set up by your company. You decide how much you want to put in from your paycheck, and the company matches some of that, giving you free money, rewarding you for saving. Your money goes into an account you own, managed by an investment company, so totally separate from your employer. Plus, you don't have to pay taxes on that money that you put into your account until you take it out in retirement. Now, there is a catch, of course, to how much free money your employer is going to give you. Most companies cap this at about 6% of your salary. So if you save 6% of your salary for retirement, your company is going to match it or put in half depending on your program. Think about that though. If you make $30,000 a year, you only need to put in $1,800 a year. So that's 6% or about $150 a month. Your company is going to be giving you an extra $900 a year. That $150 a month on your part plus the company match is going to grow to over $500,000 over 35 years and provide an extra $23,000 a year in retirement. Now, there is one more thing that you need to know about a 401k plan before we look at those average balances by age and a strategy to take advantage of all of this. Your company is going to have what's called a vesting schedule, which is how much and when you get to keep the money that your company puts in the account for you as a match. I know it sucks that you don't get to keep all of your company's match immediately. You'll always keep everything that you put into your account, all of your salary contributions, but the company's match is yours gradually. It's just a way for the company to keep people around for longer. And for example, we see the vesting schedule here for workers at Sprint. So if you're a Sprint worker and you're contributing to your 401k account, the company matches half of your investment up to 4% of your salary. If you make $40,000 a year, the company is going to match 50% of your contributions up to $1,600. So the company is going to put in an extra $800 a year. Now, Sprint's going to put this match amount in every time you invest, but according to this vesting schedule, if you leave the company after a year, you only get to keep 33% or a third of what they put in for you. If you work 2 years and leave then, you get to keep 2/3 or 66% of what the company puts in. This is actually a really nice vesting schedule. When I was an economist for the state of Iowa, the 401k vesting was spread out over decades, so it took much longer to keep all of that employer match. Now here we see the average 401k balances by age, and this is data from Fidelity. So Americans in their 30s have an average of $38,000 saved in their 401k plan. By the time you get to retirement, so that age range between 60 and 69 years old, the average American has just under $170,000 in a 401k. These red lines and the numbers on the right are what Fidelity recommends that you have saved by that time, and this is the number times your salary. So, for example, by your 30s, they recommend having about 2 times your annual salary saved. That recommendation increases to 9 times your salary by the time you retire. So, for example, if you're making $36,000 a year, then Fidelity says you should have about $324,000 in your 401k plan by the time you retire. Now, there's obviously a huge gap in that recommendation and what people have actually saved for retirement. That $168,000 average 401k balance is only enough to provide about $560 a month if you're taking out 4% a year. Basically, the average retiree here is looking at running out of money in less than 10 years. Of course, this is the average of people that have anything saved in their 401k plan. This doesn't even include the 48 million Americans with nothing saved at all. That's 3 in 10 people that are going to rely completely on $1,000 a month from Social Security to live on. This is a problem that is so easy to fix. Having that company 401k match means you only need to contribute a small part of your check to be ready for retirement. Going back to our example, if you're contributing just $150 a month and getting that half match, you're set for $500,000 payday in retirement. Even contributing half of that, so just $75 a month, and getting that company match means having over $250,000 by the time you reach 65. But I want to try to max out your company match. That's the real secret to these 401k plans. This means finding out your company's match rules. If they offer a match up to 6% of your salary, then contribute 6% of your salary. If they only match up to 3%, then at least contribute that much. You can take it out of each check, just 1 check a month, or even take the whole year's contribution out all at once. Now I want to talk about 401k loans, pros and cons, and why I have a love-hate relationship with 401k plans. If you're liking the video though and the information, do me a favor and tap that thumbs up button below. Now, I see a lot of people fall for that 401k loan trap, and it can seem like a way to get a cheap loan. How a 401k loan works is that you borrow from your account value, basically taking that amount out of your savings. You usually have up to 5 years to repay the loan, and everything you repay, interest and all, goes back into your 401k account. So basically, you're just paying yourself the interest. That might seem like an interest-free loan and a good way to get a little extra cash, but there are some big downsides to a 401k loan. The downsides to a loan are that you're missing out on a lot of the returns and that company match while you repay your loan. Your money is no longer invested, so the only return that you're going to be earning is that interest you pay, and most plans aren't going to let you contribute while you pay back your loan. That means no company match either. Even worse, though, is that if you leave your job and can't repay the loan, you'll owe a 10% penalty and the taxes on the amount you took out. So the simple answer is don't borrow on your 401k account. Now, after all this, after telling you why a 401k plan is such a great deal and how you absolutely must be contributing to your plan, I want to tell you why I hate these programs. The reason here is that 401k plans are just so damn expensive. The average 401k plan charges you a 1% on your money each year just to run the plan. Now, on top of that, you're going to pay a fee for each fund that you hold in your portfolio, an expense ratio that can average another 1% on some of these mutual funds. While I love exchange-traded funds, those ETFs that trade like stocks and charge ridiculously low fees, most 401k plans only allow you to invest in mutual funds provided by the investment company. Those mutual funds are typically 5 times more expensive than an ETF alternative. Now, Forbes found that in one study that a difference of just 0.93%, less than 1% difference in fees, can cost a single investor up to $250,000 in their retirement. Now, the tragedy here is that you really can't do much about this. Your company sets up the plan with an investment company and the fees are set. I still want you to max out your company's match though, because that's free money, even despite those higher fees. Getting a 50% match on your contribution is like an instant 50% return. That's the kind of return that would make even Warren Buffett salivate, so don't miss out on these benefits of a 401k plan. Now, I'm linking here to a new dividend portfolio I just created. If you want your dividend stocks to pay your bills, click on the video to the right. 7 dividend stocks that are going to put cash in your pocket every single month. Don't forget to join the Let's Talk Money community by tapping that subscribe button and clicking on the bell notification.